Okay, today I'm gonna talk about this.
It's yet another one of those CHILLA'S art games.
For new CHILLA'S art game.
CHILLA'S アートさんの最新作
CHILLA'S art. It's kind of phenomenal in indie games. But who are they? They're three Japanese brothers who grew up in the US and moved to Japan. They started making video games in 2018, but they have 26 games already in January 2024. So first, let's see games they made. And also, I'm going to mention their comments for the games published in Japanese game magazines such as Famitsu and other sources I found. EV, first game released by CHILLA'S art, created by the elder brother alone. But this game, it had a lot of bugs, and he realized that his younger brother could help him with programming. Sphera, the only relaxation game from them. It's the first game that younger brother created when he was studying programming. This is from CHILLA'S art as well. Blame Him. It's a survival horror game with stealth and puzzle elements. According to them, this is the last work under the old CHILLA'S art. We decided to give it a try. Despite being quite painful in terms of production, it became an essential turning point for CHILLA'S art. Okaeri. So this is new CHILLA'S art game. It's a VHS psychological horror game. So they're saying this game was created simultaneously with rebranding of CHILLA'S art. By the way, Okaeri means welcome home in Japanese. Akamanto, a game based on the urban legend about mysterious figure wearing a red cape and a white mask, influenced by Granny, Stay Out of House, and Monstrum. Stigmatized property. This is their first hit. You visit haunted apartment where your friends lives, end up seeing some spooky things happening around. Inunari Tunnel. This place really exists. This is a walking sim game where you, as a video blogger, go to Inunaki Tunnel for a college test. College test in Japan is very popular. The college tests mostly happen to some haunted abandoned place. If you got car like 18 years old, the first things what you want to do is college test. Maybe that's old school, I don't know. But when I was high school, it was like that. And this is their international hit, Convenience Store. The Japanese title is Night Shift Incident. Guessing from their Patreon post, they made this game in a month and onryo. So this is the first game you can save. So it's kinda memorial game, I think. By the way, onryo means vengeful spirit. The night way home. Rina, who attended school, learns that a girl from neighboring middle school has gone missing. As she heads home, thinking of a bit with the girl's feelings, and then she somehow finds herself entering a mysterious world. And this is one of few games that have warm ending. The closing shift. The news in this game mentioned about the incident in the night way home. So it implies this is about almost the same time in the same world. So it's connected. I like that kind of stuff. And the bathhouse. Unfortunately, this game was taken down from Steam because of bug issue. But they're working on it to fix the issue. The original title is Jigoku Sento, meaning the Hell Public Bath. I think this is amazing title. Parasocial. It's about a live stream VTuber and her stalker. They were inspired by a certain overseas live streamer who had experienced parasocial interactions. Also after this game, their other younger brother joined them, Jisatsu. I think this is their very challenging game. Even after conquering the game, there are many mysteries and there's a clues. So you can still enjoy finding clues about the game. Yeah, that's a lot. And also, according to their interview for Tokyo Weekender, they're considering creating games for mobile devices, Switch, and PS5. That sounds very exciting. But who are they? There's not much information about them, but I find out that the oldest brother, his name is Yasuka Taira. I think Taira is last name, right? And he makes almost all 3D modelings and setups for game engines. And their name, CHILLA'S art. Yasuka really wanted to release a game on Steam as soon as possible. And the name just came to him was CHILLA'S art, taking Chilla from Chinchilla. It sounds mysterious. I guess they're probably somewhere between 20s and 35. I'm just guessing from the movies and video games that inspired them. So, they spent their childhood in the US and watched the Hollywood version of Ju-on when they were kids. And after that, they started watching other horror movies. I rewatched The Grudge recently. Oh my god. I found a lot of influences on their horror games, such as eerie vibe of Japanese old house and design of ghosts and so on. And this is Waseda Bungaku, a literature magazine since 1891, and this is volume 1036. In this magazine, there's a column by, I think, the elder brother from CHILLA'S. He talks about 3 key games that influenced them. He mentioned Exposure. It's a story-driven first-person survival horror. In this game, you are finding the connection between your wife's death and the mysteries of the past. He said he wanted to make a video game like this, but set in Japan, and mentioned CHILLA'S art started from here. So this is the most important video game for CHILLA'S art creativity. And then second one, Siren. I think most Japanese know this name because of the traumatic TV ad. And also it's one of the legendary video games on PS2. And it's filled by the eerie vibe that you can only see in Japanese horror. So this is the Japanese horror game. And last one, White Day, another horror game where a high school student is trying to get out of a haunted school by solving puzzles. He said they wanted to create a game like this by themselves too. So they're influenced by a lot of Japanese horror, and I think they did really good job to capture that Japanese horrorness. They did really good job. I think that's the one reason why they're popular. But what's that scary feeling in Japanese horror? The elder brother Yasuka once said, there's also something creepy about Japanese scenery, like public fonts, tunnels, subway platform, and so on. Just living in Japan and being around these places gives us idea for new games. And you can find a lot of spooky spots and places if you look. I totally get the creepy feeling of Japanese scenery he mentioned. And then I was thinking what make Japanese scenery in horror way. And I got some answers why Japanese horror is special. The first, I think it's humid related. Humidity adds the old house decay vibe, and when you go to the concrete made tunnel on a mountain in the super hot Japanese summer, you get super cold in a tunnel because of shadow and concrete, cold and humid. That make you feel a really uncomfortable feeling. And in fact, most haunted place in Japan is around tunnel. So the scenery of tunnel is like a really uncomfortable vibe. And second, animism. It's an old Japanese religion called Shinto. In the old days, people in Japan thought everything has a spirit and its own gods. And we still kind of under influence of that idea. So there are many stories about spooky places and the cozy things that make you scared because you can't see or fight back against the spirit that are everywhere. And actually there's more, but I think I can make some video about it if you're interested in. Going back to CHILLA'S art. So I just talked about who's CHILLA'S art, but I want to talk about a little bit about what is CHILLA'S art. I believe they will represent a new brand or even a new genre in this era. And I'm calling it the indie games and the YouTuber streamer coexistence era. I know it's long. Meaning gamers and the indie developers share a helpful friendship in the gaming community. Indie developers create unique, smaller games and the YouTubers play and discuss these games on their channels, like I do. This collaboration brings mutual benefits. Indie game developers gain more recognition for their games. They don't need to advertise. And the YouTubers get engaging content to share with their audience. This era of indie games and the YouTuber friendship is making gaming more exciting for everyone. It's like a team up that brings new games and a trend to the spotlight, changing how we discover and enjoy them, also influencing what developers create. So some video games after Exit 8 is a good example of this. I'm changing this name to Playground Partnership Era. If you have any other good idea for this name, please let me know in the comments. So, as CHILLA'S art became popular, They inspired other new indie horror games developers, just as CHILLA'S art was inspired by many horror games. Actually, you can see some horror games and you can tell, this game was maybe inspired by CHILLA'S art. There's some. I hope to see more like this and play more fun games in the future because it feels new and exciting. So that's it. If you have any ideas about their games or even Japanese horror in general, please let me know in a comment. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please hit like button. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, I usually upload gameplay videos discussing about Japanese culture and some random things that make playing video game more fun. So if you're curious, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friend. Make it last forever. Friendship never